Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Friday afternoon. Taylor Platt here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a look at your latest forecast. Our main focus, of course, is going to be that Memorial Day weekend. And unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be pretty rainy and stormy. I'll go ahead and tell you, don't cancel your plans yet. I think there is some chances in some of those days, especially on Sunday, where there should be a decent amount of time where it will be dry and nice. But just know that at any given moment, Saturday, Sunday, and even into Memorial Day Monday, a few rain and storm showers could be moving on through. Let's take a look outside from our Arctic Air Skycam network as we hit noon here on this Friday. Seeing a lot of clouds around. We're kind of bouncing between, I should say, mostly cloudy to partly sunny conditions, and that will continue to be the case throughout the majority of the day today. I don't think we're going to be dealing with much of the way of shower activity, but there could end up being just a few showers or storms around, and that's interesting why I went to your Futurecast here. So let's go ahead and go on through. I thought that I had another let me see where I am over there. Oh, I did have something that accidentally got pushed in there. So we'll just go through this real quick. And live TV showing you what happens behind the scenes. Here we go for your Saturday. I think we'll actually go through this again in your forecast here. But once you see those rounds of storms come through on your Saturday, there might end up being some dry weather on the back end of things for your evening hours. And then once we get into your Sunday, we're looking at more in the way of rain and storm activity moving on through here Sunday midnight going into Sunday morning, showing you exactly just a few clouds around, temperatures in the 50s. This was the graphic that I actually wanted to show you. Again, I think we'll end up going back to that Futurecast here very soon. We are in the upper 60s and lower 70s right now, 70 in Pulaski and 70 in Lawrenceburg, 72 in Florence, and 73 degrees in Athens and Decatur. Your weather where you live forecast today, everybody generally getting up into the middle 70s, maybe some upper 70s, like here in Savannah, getting close to 77 degrees today with a mix of sun and clouds. That will continue to be the case over the next several hours. Hometown forecast, a little bit of a closer look here. 76 in Columbia, 75 in Chapel Hill today, 75 in Linville, 76 in Pulaski, and 76 degrees over there in Waynesboro across northern Alabama. Temperatures in the middle 70s, 75 in Athens, 76 in Decatur, 76 in the Shoals, and 76 over there in Red Bay. Your forecast for tomorrow, temperatures a lot lower, as you see here, more upper 60s to around 70 degrees today because you see those rain chances, and unfortunately they're up to 70%. I think we're looking at those two waves like what you saw in your Futurecast there for Saturday and into Sunday. Saturday morning into the afternoon looks like it's one wave, and then there should be a break Saturday evening, and then we do it all over again Sunday during the afternoon hours. Temperatures Saturday, or it's going to be Sunday and Monday, generally in the mid and upper 70s. So again, it's not a complete washout, as you see here for your rain chances for 70% on Saturday, 80 on Sunday, 80% on Monday. And you might be thinking, hey, that looks like it's a complete washout of a day. I don't really think so. I think Saturday, again, the main focus is going to end up being that morning into the afternoon hours for the best chance of those rain and storms. The evening looks rather dry right now. And then once we get into your Sunday, it looks like morning and into the early afternoon should be relatively dry. And then we focus in on rain and storms moving in during the late afternoon and the evening hours. Some of those actually could be on the strong side, so we'll have to watch that. And then Monday looks like it will end up just having multiple rounds of storms potentially. So here we go. This was the time when I was supposed to show you that Futurecast here. Not sure how it got popped in the early part of the forecast. So here we go for this afternoon. Just a few areas of passing clouds around. Again, can't completely rule out a stray shower or storm, but here comes our focus for your Saturday morning. Rain and storms continue to track on through, and if it is oriented in this way, you notice how it was kind of coming in from the northwest to the southeast. If it continues that way, we will continue to have multiple rounds into the early afternoon hours, and then we'll get that last push here during the late afternoon and early evening hours. Then by 7 p.m., notice here we're relatively dry with maybe maybe just a few passing showers. Temperatures drop back down into the 60s, so another cool evening is expected. Now let's go into your Sunday. Again, I think the morning hours should be relatively dry because as you see here at noon, if this is right, showers and storms are still off toward northwest, but they are starting to track on in, and that will move through during the afternoon and early evening hours. Here's 4 p.m. showing you a batch of showers and storms, and these, if they line out, could end up containing some isolated damaging winds. We do have a marginal risk of severe weather in place for your Sunday. It's not an overly high severe weather risk, but just know that we're watching these storms. They could actually pose a little bit of a severe weather risk. Nothing like what we saw on Tuesday though, so like no tornado potential really, and we're only just really focusing in on damaging winds and the hail potential with those storms. So that blows through on your Sunday afternoon, and then the majority of your Sunday evening, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. looks like it's relatively dry. Here's your 7-day forecast showing you the overnight storms moving in tonight into tomorrow. And then Sunday, Monday, still dealing with those showers and storms. Still dealing with rain and storms Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think by the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday, though, rain chances do start to go back down. It's roughly around 30% right now for Wednesday and Thursday. So again, I do emphasize if you have any of those Memorial Day plans outdoors, if you're trying to go out onto the lake, having some pool time, just know that at any given moment, rain and storms could be blowing on through. And again, I'll go ahead and re-emphasize, it looks like during the day on Saturday, the morning and into at least the early afternoon hours looks pretty rainy and stormy. The late afternoon and evening hours Saturday looks like we're starting to dry out. And then our main focus on Sunday is primarily during the afternoon and evening. So you do have another good window there for some outdoor activities Sunday morning into at least the early afternoon hours. But again, just keep an eye on the radar. Keep tuning in to us here at the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We'll continue to give you the latest information. So again, I emphasize, don't cancel any of those outdoor plans, but do have a backup plan in case you do have those rain and storms that roll on through and they impact your outdoor activities. That's the latest forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another update on that Memorial Day weekend forecast and another check on your 7-day. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday.